Hey there, Cushman here. We're continuing our Tennessee build out here on property number 2 of the new wife and I's 5-acre parcel. If you haven't, check out the short from yesterday, the video we kind of showed when we came in. We've trimmed up the trees over here on the driveway and raked it out and gotten down to the chert gravel. And we're just continuing. Yesterday, if you referenced that video, and if you haven't, hey, like and subscribe and drop your comments. We don't know everything, and there are a lot of people with great ideas out there. And hey, if they work, you might see us employ them. We're going to try to do a better job on keeping up on the channel with this build out. But came in here, and obviously all these trees, we've cut them all up, bucked them. Those are in log lengths right there. And we have to bring in a wood chipper and chip away these branches, or have the world's biggest bonfire that you can see from outer space, I guess. But came in here. If you look at the video yesterday, this was all choked up like a complete, absolute pile of trees going across. And I cut up probably 2-3 cords of wood into rounds yesterday, just solid saw work. And this is the circle driveway that's been built, and it's 80 feet according to the land tape. We've got 80 feet, and it's close to 100 back to the car. And Reverend Dan, it looks like they decided on a 16 by 52 that's going to get hauled in here over there. So we'll do the site prep there. And then the wife and I's property is going to be our section of the property. This was already developed kind of as a driveway idea by the former owner. And I cut away all these trees. You can see if you reference yesterday's video. And you can actually walk all the way back to where our home site's going to be. And we're bringing in a 20 by 40. And it's one of those buildings that already has the mini split in it, insulated, and all the electrical done. And then you just finish it from there on the inside. But septic is already installed on this property. It's back there about 20 feet. And the drain field goes down this direction. So you can see there's still quite a bit of blowdown from that Tennessee ice storm. And our county, Perry County, suffered the worst. And when we got absolutely ransacked with tree loss, and in particular the pines. But as you can see, I've been hard at work cutting and bucking this up so that the wife, instead of dodging trees, she can actually just walk back here. But we had made our way back the other day with her, she and I, and we decided on where our home site's going to be. So this will be the driveway coming back through, right up into here. And then kind of right to left, you'll have the right side of the front porch of the house right here. And then going across, it'll be 40 feet. And that way we get we've got a little bit of a slope on the back side. So we're foreseeing a deck on the back and be able to look out across the woods right here and have our coffee and, hey, hot tub and maybe a little sauna house back there. But so if you look, across here is pretty nice and flat. It's a little bit of a slope, but it's pretty easily buildable. And this next week we've got a tractor rental lined up, and I'm coming in here and we're going to level out the site a bit. But today's project is going to be to continue to buck up these downed pines and get them out of here. And also, we're going to be dropping this entire section of smaller trees. They're 8 to 10 inches, some of them. We're going to clear that whole section out right there for Reverend Dan and his wife Kathy's home to come in. And we'll see whose gets built first. We had ordered ours first. Theirs is a little bigger, so they might come in after us with their home. But this is going to be a clearing. All of these little trees are going away. We might save 1 or 2 of the pines, but after this last ice storm, anything within striking distance of the house that's a pine tree is going away. We watched catastrophic loss to neighbors, and we watched a friend of ours watch their cabin take 2 direct hits. It took out their Starlink and their solar system. And we like our Starlink that we have, so we don't want that taken out for sure. But this whole section right here, you can just get an idea. Anybody who hasn't seen up close what this ice storm did, It laid these pines down it looked like somebody come in and just pushed them over sideways, whole sections. And you can see they're just pushed over. The ice just weighed them down and they came up by the roots. So you can just see back through there. So this has got to get cleared. That's not the priority. The priority is over there getting this driveway cleared up and the site prepped over there. But give you an idea of how these came down. Here's a big one I cut up yesterday. And you can see when it came down, it didn't snap the trunk. Plenty of them did, but this one didn't. It just uprooted it. Just tipped it over by the base right there, and you can see the trench underneath. You know, they don't root very well, these pine trees, and the ground got soft, and with the ice weight, they just fell over. So again, we love our trees. However, anywhere near the house, within striking distance, there's not going to be a single pine tree. So, I mean, that's a decision that we made. We had another neighbor who didn't make that decision. And like I said, they suffered 2 direct strikes to their cabin. Thank goodness nobody was hurt, no serious damage. But when you lose a solar system and a Starlink system, that's a setback. And that's, and kind of like he had said, he went out 40 feet to start with, thought that was enough before that ice storm. And he says, I'm going 65 feet minimum all the way around. We're not taking any more chances. So I'm of the same boat, you know. So this is the septic stub right here coming up in the drain field down there. And Reverend Dan's house is going to come up to right about here. And it's going to go over 50 feet. So all of these little ones have to come out here. I'm going to drop probably 10 to 12 of these trees that are in through here and buck them up. And it's pretty level actually right through here. And the previous owner, it's kind of nice. The driveway here, they actually put in drainage pipe and culverts across the road for drainage. Step through these trees I haven't quite trimmed up yet. And they had actually they had a Connex metal shipping container sitting here that was a 20-footer. And they built up a platform of chert, kind of mixed clay, gravel mix. And so that's going to be a nice resource. I'm going to take that with the tractor and spread it out. And the end of their place will be sitting right about over here where the grass line is. And it's going to go all the way back over to right about where that septic tank is over there. So that's it's actually a really good spot to put something like that in. And with this circle driveway, it's so big and wide that you can bring a heavy equipment in here. It's been packed down and built up about 2 feet almost. So it's a nice stable enough surface to bring in heavy equipment and make the circle and have them not have to back up. So it'll be easy deliveries in here. And so that's kind of where we're sitting on this. This will be day 3 in here of really going heavy to it. And hopefully by the end of today, the next video you guys see, these pine trees will be out of here. Those little cherry trees right over there that are leaner are going to be gone. And you can see one that snapped right there from the ice weight. That one actually snapped about halfway up. So that's going to be out of there because that'll just be a standing dead snag that'll come down on their house at some point. So we're going to drop quite a few trees here and continue to clear out. So we'll try to do a little better job of keeping up with the channel as we go on this build out. And just a lot of hard work. But it's a labor of love. I get to work for Dan and Kathy, who have been friends of ours for about 14 years. He's more like a dad and a grandpa to my daughter. And I get to work hard for the love of my life. So that'll be awesome. So we're going to get to it and fire up the steel saw and get to cutting. So like and subscribe and stay tuned for our updates.